What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Celestial Citadel podcast. Detective?
You cut out. Sorry, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not back at the actual Citadel this time. We're still recuperating after coming back from being trapped in another goddamn dimension.
Yeah.
Fucking time-traveling bullshit. And, so fun fact, while I was gone, my PlayStation 5 finally came back, but my wife forgot to re-download all the games I had on it, so that's kind of what I've been doing for the past, 6 hours. It's a bit of a pain, but, it's life. Anything your wife forgot to do while you were gone?
Nah, she handled things just fine.
So, Detective, I always kind of meant to ask you, so the way your powers work is the more intoxicated you get, the more you're able to notice, little details and everything. So I always wondered, is it like when you walk into a room, do you notice every, tiny detail of the room? And, it just, your detail noticement gets better and better the drunker you are? Or, how exactly does that work? Because I've never been able to fully pinpoint the exactness of how that power works.
Be honest, I can't either. Just is.
Okay. That's not. I just kind of thought that. I mean, do we have any scientist friends who've written out how it worked or something for you?
No, not.
Yeah. I know for some strange, which by the way, for some strange reason, have you ever noticed that when it comes to newer not even newer heroes, but even older heroes, will sometimes get a little touchy when you ask them how their powers work? They'll feel like they'll be very self-conscious about it, and then when you actually figure out how their power works, or when they finally tell you, it's literally the most mundane shit ever. Have you you walk up to someone and you ask and oh, hey, how your powers work? And they're I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. And then they tell you later on, and it's literally the most mundane version of how that power could potentially work. It's not even that big of a deal. It was never that big of a deal in the first place, and they just kind of made it a big deal for some reason.
Are you trying to ask me exactly how my powers work?
No, I'm saying, have you been in a situation...
Because I can tell you, because I figured it out.
Oh. I literally just asked you that.
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit, and I didn't hear the entire question.
Earlier I asked exactly how your powers work. Because, when you walk in a room, do you, notice every little detail, and the more drunk you are, the more details you notice, or something like that? Is that how they work, or is it something completely different?
How do I describe it? I don't know how specifically it messes with my chemistry, but, it makes it so that my body kind of vibrates when there's something of interest nearby me.
Oh,
it basically makes it play like a game of hot and cold, and that's remember the last thing that we recorded, I made a joke about L.A. Noire, kind of like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it basically gives me video game detective abilities is the best way I can compare. So it just makes it on easy mode, but unfortunately, inebriation still comes with its own problems.
Oh yeah. So you're just over there in the corner, be like, "Hey guys, there's this thing that's right here.
Guys, I found the knife."
Here. It's yeah, the knife's right here. Yeah, it's over there. Just look.
Eric Draven was pushed out of this window.
I feel like this would be an easy fucking South Park character to make, a South Park superhero, because they have because South Park. Speaking of which. So this might not even be superhero related, but if you could if you could create a spin-off for any TV show, which TV show would it be, and how would you do it?
I mean, easily Coon and Friends. That'd be fun.
I
understand why we don't get a full series about that in South Park, because that's just part of the game that Cartman and the kids play. But just an entire spin-off set in that weird ass comic world that those kids made. That'd be pretty fun.
It would. In fact, I'd like it if it literally was just them sitting down at a table trying to write a cinematic universe, and ever so often it would cut to the characters in real life as they're writing the story out, like literally say, "No, that's a stupid idea. Let's do something else," or like literally arguing over shit like that.
Okay, that basically sounds like the freaking plot device that they used for Kalaware's Gunslinger, because like the entire thing of that game is that like the main character Silas is like talking about his life and like all these bounties that he's taken, and then like there's him like kind of self-aggrandizing. There's fucking Dwight Eisner or whatever, the one president. I keep forgetting what his fucking name is, but like the one president is like, yeah, but like I remember in this Dime Store novel it said you did this, and then there's this other guy who was like, dude, you both are making so much shit. Like the level will literally like restart like when you get to a certain point because like no, this is how it actually happened. No, this is how it actually happened. You guys are.
Oh God.
I need to play more cowboy games.
We need more westerns in general, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Way down south in the land of traders,
rattlesnakes and
alligators, fly away,
fly away,
fly away,
fly away,
fly away,
fly away,
fly away.
Fly away.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you actually know any cowboy-based superheroes? Because I know there are a few out there.
Yeah, actually, I'm friends with one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name's Dixie.
Dixie. What's his whole deal?
Displaced by time.
Oh.
Yeah, he was an actual cowboy, but he's displaced by time, and he's just trying his best to figure stuff out. So, what's the word I'm looking for? He's kind of like Samurai Jack in a way. Yeah. Actually, funny thing, he really likes that show too. He really relates to Jack. Did they ever reveal what his real name is?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
People had theories, but I don't think we ever got the official name.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
That sucks.
Yeah, I would have loved to actually get like a legit name for Samurai Jack instead of just calling him Jack.
I'd call him Ryu.
Ryu?
Yeah, just Ryu.
Why Ryu?
Simple name. Just a simple name.
Alright.
Yeah.
You think that they'd at least, You'd think that they would at least, like, you would legitimately think that they would at least come up with ideas for his name.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it turns out Samurai Jack was voiced by a black guy.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that for the longest time.
You didn't know that Phil Lamar was his voice actor.
I did not know Phil Omar was his voice actor. Which honestly kind of makes me wonder, like, if black voice actors can voice Asian characters, then can white voice actors still voice black characters?
I mean, that doesn't stop that from happening before. I mean, like, there's 2 black characters that Patrick Seitz has played.
Oh, yeah. Then there was the voice actor
plays,
for Cleveland
he
Browns.
played, oh yeah, Cleveland Browns played by Seth MacFarlane, right?
He was, but then they got a new guy to play him.
Alright. But I mean, like, Patrick Seitz, he played, what's this guy's name? Lucian, I think his name is? Like, this guy from League of Legends who, like, uses these 2 light laser guns to fight demons and stuff. He's actually a pretty cool character, and I would love if he got his own game. Lucian. Yeah, that's his name, Lucian.
Nice.
Oh, hey. Yeah, the Sentinel of Light. And the other character he plays is the best girl from Sword Art Online, Aegil.
Nice.
Aegil is best girl.
So what have been some of like your favorite video games? Because I know you're like, because you're doing detective work, you don't really get that much downtime. But when you do, what video games do you usually like to play?
I do like my short and simple games. It's mainly PS2 era stuff. Yeah.
I think that because you're a detective, like a part of me thought you were gonna say like Danganronpa.
Yeah, no. No, I got spoiled on the ending of the 3rd game that just completely undermined everything that the characters have been through the whole series, and that is just like, yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. This doesn't sound fun.
And most people don't really like the 3rd game. And Ultra
Yeah.
Despair Girls, like the Danganronpa series is dark, but Ultra Despair Girls is dark for a completely different reason.
Like, because that one's basically the teddy bear apocalypse, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't have the same level of violence and gruesomeness as the other games, but god damn it, it is dark for whole other reasons than that. Like, I can't... Like, when I first played Ultra Despair Girls, I couldn't tell if this was... I couldn't actually tell if it was darker than than the first two games in the series. I couldn't tell because of the subject matter in it. So yeah, I was, I was, for all intents and purposes, like, genuinely wondering exactly how the hell I was gonna play through this game without feeling like a goddamn weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. But of course, I got through it. And goddamn it, it's a pretty underrated game. Very underrated, actually.
I've been playing through a bunch of old Xbox 360 games.
Oh, really? What are some of your faves at the moment?
Spider-Man Web of Shadows and X-Men Origins.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I really do not understand how the hell that terrible movie ended up getting that great of a game.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like, seriously, like, whose idea was it to say, yeah, we're just gonna take this game and we're just gonna not do what the film did? We're actually gonna make something decent. No, like...
So, okay, like, they're... Okay, like, slightly out of character, but, like, I could probably keep this in character. There's a bunch of Need for Speed games as part of the Discord server I'm in with, like, this Abandonware thing.
Really?
The Need for Speed 2 Special Edition, Need for Speed Carbon, High Stakes, Hot Pursuit 1 and 2, the PS2 version of Hot Pursuit 2, Most Wanted, Porsche Pro Street, Shifts 1 and 2, The Run, Undercover, Underground, and Underground 2.
Damn. That is a lot of shit. I mean, I know you like these games, Detective, but damn.
I want to play them now. I'll start with the first one, and then I'll just keep going up from there.
What, does Need for Speed have, like, a story mode or something?
A few of them do.
Huh.
Yeah. Need for Speed: The Run was about like a guy who's part of an illegal little racing tournament thing, and he gets in trouble with the police, and he's trying to pay off his debts and shit. For what I remember, it's been a very long time since I played it, but it had a really cool soundtrack. Yeah. I know that it's being associated via negative continuity, but rap music being part of crime throws and stuff, it's usually the best part of it.
Yeah, usually these guys go really fucking hard on the music. This is why I love the fucking soundtracks for Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Actually, that's kind of what The Run is. It's just Fast and Furious, the video game.
I'm surprised we haven't actually gotten an official AAA Fast and Furious game. We've gotten some Fast and Furious games, but they weren't made by full-on development teams that wanted to make a series out of it.
Right.
Which does kind of suck. So, alright, back to more actual superhero shit. What is the best superhero game you've actually played? Because I'm gonna be real, I'm kind of cautious about letting a studio use my likeness for a video game. Because the last superhero game that they made based off of me was good, but god damn, you played it and you, what did you say about that fucking game again?
I said it played like a poor, it's like the Incredibles game that came out back on the PS2. You're playing as Frozone the whole time, but it felt way too sluggish. It felt like you were playing the whole game underwater. Which I found as incredibly ironic.
Yeah, it had great presentation. The graphics were really beautiful, and the story was decent. They actually based it off of, my actual origin story, which I appreciated, and they did, and they actually listened to me when I told them what the fuck the story was. Because the last gameplay, because I think the gameplay devs before, the canceled game they were gonna make based off of me, those assholes did not listen to my story whatsoever. They tried working fucking robots into my origin. In an alien invasion and some shit, and that was ridiculous.
Did they actually? I think they actually believed that you were from space.
Which, okay, first of all, why? Why would they believe that? Like, I get my costume is pretty fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's cool as shit, but it's like a little ridiculous and out there. But that doesn't mean I'm from fucking space.
All ballerinas are from space.
All ballerinas. Man, fuck the ballerinas and the spaces they came from, okay? I am not from space. Jesus Christ. I am a goddamn human. I am a human being. I have ice powers.
She loves you as a real human being.
God damn it. I am an ice manipulator, okay? I don't get, how do you come up with the conclusion that I'm from space? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where could they have possibly gotten that information from?
I honestly have no fucking clue.
I mean, you're the detective, you should know.
Yeah, it's more like it's like the less I know, the funnier it is.
Ugh. Jesus Christ. But yeah. But like, didn't someone try making like a visual novel series, like a detective visual novel series based off of you and like a bunch of other detective characters at one point?
No, you're thinking of the Silver Case.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking of Silver Case, 25th Ward, stuff like that. Like, that's the only example I can think of, because like most of the detective style visual novels I've played, they got nothing on that. Suda 5-1, man, that man's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's partially canon to No More Heroes, so that's fun.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, by way of like Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes 3, since they reference the shit out of all of Suda's other games.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm actually kind of glad that they have Travis acting more like an actual nerd in that game, instead of him just being like this kind of generic tough cool guy that they had him in No More Heroes 2, because I don't know if you know this, but like Suda didn't actually write No More Heroes 2. Like, he worked as an event planner, but other than that, he barely had anything to do with that game.
Oh yeah. I always kind of find it weird when characters who are like have personalities just go for like generic personalities, or like they go completely against the personality they already had. Like, for example,
like especially.
You go.
All right, so like the way I'm like picturing this, because like Suda, when he was making No More Heroes 1, he didn't exactly picture it being a series. It was going to end with the one game. It was going to end with Sylvia gunning down Travis, and although he never really went into details about like why she specifically did that, it kind of fills in the whole idea that this game is meant to be a tragedy, so that's how it ends, in tragedy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so they kind of retain that as an idea, because like Henry, I think I might have told you this before, but he's like the most contrived part of the game. He didn't exist until like the later stages of development. Yeah, so like, but the thing is, like, they still tried to do something to make him work. He's like this big parody of the standard video game rival, even down to him being Travis's brother. And like, you know, we spent the last like 10 or something years only playing No More Heroes 1 and 2, and then a bunch of people got it into their heads that Virgil and Dante, like that Henry and Travis's relationship is comparable to that, even though it isn't.
Oh yeah, like the people who think that Naruto and Sasuke have a Sonic and Shadow relationship.
The whole thing is that they're supposed to be based off of Raijin and Fujin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're complementary forces, but they're still diametrically opposed. Like Sonic and Shadow have like it, because that whole thing's just Goku and Vegeta. Let's be straight up.
I would agree, if not
enemies to friendly rivals is what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Naruto and Sasuke, they went from being like friendly rivals to enemies to friends again.
And even then, they're not even good friends to each other.
How do I get my dad's attention? Leave the village for a couple of years and destroy it. It works for me. Oh, great. But okay, I was saying, Henry was only in the first two No More Heroes games for like a collective 8.5 minutes. Let's be honest, he didn't really have much character to start with. That wasn't until No More Heroes 3, or Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes 3, where he's suddenly acting all antagonistic again, and it turns out he regained all of his memories of his childhood after watching Thor.
The fucking Thor movie?
Yeah, he watched that fucking cosplaying dickhead watch Thor and decided he has to kill Travis.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That movie was so bad. Well, it's not.
Yeah, I watched it again in preparation for playing No More Heroes 3, and it's not good.
Yeah, the first Thor movie's pretty generic.
Yeah.
Which sucks because Thor in the comic books is a fucking badass.
Apparently Thor has a human identity too, which I have no idea why he has it.
Oh yeah, in the comics he has it because originally Thor was a standard secret identity style hero.
But then as time went on, people realized, hey, wait a second. This is fucking dumb.
Exactly. And he'll sometimes use his human identity when he needs to go into hiding, but yeah. Having him actually be a fucking god would have been a great idea. I feel like the Thor movie could have used the fact that Odin banishes him, and had him become a new person would have been a cool idea. I think that would have worked out pretty well. Thank goodness Thor Ragnarok came along. Too bad.
That one was fun.
Too bad Thor Thor Love and Thunder was terrible.
What about the Dark World? Does anyone even remember the Dark World?
I don't remember all I know is that they fucked up Malekith and Loki, takes over Asgard in the end. That's the only thing I remember about that movie. It is still, in my opinion, the worst MCU movie.
Yeah.
It'll always be the worst MCU movie to me, specifically because of the fact that it's just boring. And I think that's the worst thing a movie can be. Because you can have a bad film that's atrocious, but if your film is just straight up boring, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up royally. Alright. Well, okay, so here's, so I wanted to sort of take a little while before we start answering some more questions from, the, younger heroes, but there is one question that has stood out to me. Well, actually, there are a few that have stood out to me, and it was actually from Silver Star, who is actually an alien, an alien that came to Earth to join our superhero program, and his question is actually pretty hilarious, but the question simply is, would it be appropriate for him to date someone on Earth if they're not his species? And the reason why this question stood out to me is because he does understand how evolution works, right? He does know why so many aliens look very similar to humans, right?
Yeah.
Because, okay, Silver Star, if you're listening, I'm just going to let you know, if you are listening, please understand this, but you will be able to date humans because the same bacteria and cells that you evolved from are the exact same cells humans evolved from. The same cells that led to many alien species evolving into what we are now are the exact same cells. But because they evolved on your planet, it's why you have the powers. It's why you look different from us. But all around, we can, basically we are evolved from the same species. So yeah, you can date a human. It's not like me going to the zoo and picking up my girlfriend, the monkey. Don't tell my wife I said that. Do not tell my wife I said that. I used to call her that all the time. She hates it. But I used to call her that all the time because her dad called her a little monkey once and I just would not let it go. But yeah, it's not like you're dating a wild animal or something. You're fine. You are perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. You are good, my dude. Which I can understand why you'd be I can understand why you would be very you'd be really iffy about it. Cuz again, I thought that too cuz I think one of my girlfriends actually was an alien for a short amount of time. She was. So yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that, man.
Oh man, I thought you'd at least have something funny to say, because people have commented on the fact that you don't talk as much as I do. They want to hear the detective speak. They want, like, come on, what are some, like, opinions or questions you've gotten or ideas that you really want to talk about? I want you to speak more in this podcast. You know, before I start bringing other people on here. Come on.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm sure you've gotten tons of questions, at least a few.
Yeah, I don't really get. You're the more talkative one. That's why they ask you stuff.
I mean, these questions are for both of us.
Yeah, but okay. Actually, hold on. I think I got something. No, that'd be really inappropriate. Actually, never mind. Just what'd you say his guy's name was again? What'd you say his name was again?
Silver Star.
Silver Star. Yeah, just dude, go nuts. That's all I'll say.
That's all you'll say.
I don't really have anything profound for him. It's just that he's unless he's doing something illegal, he's fine.
Alright. Well, is there any, like, what is, like, something that you have, what is, like, something illegal or a few illegal things you have actually caught another hero doing that they didn't know was illegal?
They didn't know. They pretended they didn't know.
Like, what is something that you've caught another hero doing that was, like, super fucking illegal?
Found out that one of them was running a cockfighting ring.
Damn, how the hell did you figure that out? And how did you take it down exactly?
How did I find that out? I was drunk at the time. Give me a sec. I think it started when, like, I found out that, like, a bunch of my favorite chicken places were, like, shutting down. Apparently their markets were running low and they weren't able to buy more chicken in order to sustain themselves. So I decided to look into that. Found out that a bunch of farms were getting stolen from. Their chickens were being taken, and the chickens were being, like, you know, trained in cockfighting rings. Funny thing is that, like, the guy who was running the whole thing, or the woman in this case, was her name was Pantera. She, like, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, she's like a huge fucking animal rights activist. So imagine the look on my face when I found out that this is how she's been spending her evenings.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is why I don't trust PETA.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, like, how the hell? Like, Michael, like, really? You're an animal rights activist and you are participating in animal abuse? Really?
I mean, like, you know that the guy who runs PETA, like, he's a diabetic and, like, he has to crush up sea urchins for his insulin.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why PETA cares so goddamn much. Especially when most, like, the animal, like, huh?
They just pretend to. They don't actually care.
Yeah. Like, haven't they gotten on the ass of, like, a few superheroes who are animal themed over this too?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, I feel terrible. I literally do feel terrible for God. What's that kid's name? Wait, she's not a kid anymore. She's, like, I think she's, like, in her 30s. I think her name is Titania. Like, she had to change her name 7 times because PETA kept trying to sue her. Titania doesn't, like, when you hear the name Titania, what type of powers do you think she'd have?
Metal skin?
Yeah, sure, or some type of super strength or invincibility. No, her ability is that all she has to do is touch an animal, and she can gain its abilities. That is her superpower. And PETA, for some strange reason, thinks that that's abuse. Like, she's not absorbing the animals into her body. She's she's literally petting the animals. Like, she literally, like, if she wants the powers of a dog, she can walk up to someone with, like, an adorable-ass Doberman and be like, oh, is your dog friendly? Can I pet your dog? Pets the dog. And now she can do everything a Doberman can do. Like, that's what that is.
So just have expensive feeding tastes.
Expensive
feeding. Yeah, well, my mom, like, she had a friend who had a fucking Doberman, and I swear, like, I shit you not, that woman was straight up feeding that dog filet mignon. Like, just why?
I mean,
like, that was a pretty cool image, not gonna lie, but like, why?
yeah, that's one of the dogs that be playing poker on Saturday nights. That was one of those dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you got all the dogs sitting around being like, so what'd you have for lunch? Oh, I had filet mignon. Oh, yeah, I had some nice fried catfish. And someone was over, and you got like another dog across the table being like, well, I had the tuna salad with no pickle, or the tuna casserole, no pickle on the plate. I had some fried Frenchy fries on a separate plate, and a good old-fashioned blueberry devil's food pie. I don't think you get that reference, but...
Yeah, I don't, but like...
I watch too many old movies.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like, God, what's the name of that? God, I keep forgetting the name of this character from, I think she's from Community or Abbott Elementary, and she's like, we get it, you're young! You know, that woman sometimes. Because of all the fucking old shit that I watch. Alright, so, fun thing, there's also been a lot of random dramas that superheroes have gone through, and I wanted to sort of talk about a few of them recently, because yeah, some of our fellow heroes have unfortunately gotten canceled. Some for unfair reasons, and some for good reasons. I sent you a list of like 2 of them, like one was unfair, one was fair, so I was thinking we could all basically talk about them and give our opinions on them. So I'm gonna let you go first. What superhero got canceled, and what was it for? You got the list. You got the list, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
This one. Oh God.
What?
Oh, we're kidding. Like, this isn't just like, said some dumb shit on Twitter level cancel. This is like some, like, why are they in jail level offenses?
Oh, really? Should we?
Like, I know at least 3 of these. I know at least 3 of the guys on here are pedophiles.
Damn.
Jesus.
Well, we're not protecting pedophiles. What their names?
All right. First one we got John Stromo. His superhero name is, well, Stromo. We have Kyle McCartney. He is known as the Music Man. And Shania Wayne.
Wait, Shania Wayne?
Yeah.
Wait a goddamn minute. What's her superhero name?
Yeah, she goes by Midnight Mink.
God, I used to know her.
Yeah.
I used to fucking know this woman.
Yeah.
God damn it. I genuinely...
People in the audience, if you see these people, call the police.
Please do, because I used to know Shania. She went to my fucking middle school, and she was a bully.
Great.
Yeah. But she was like... And she wasn't even, like, a good bully, either. She was literally, like, just that kid in the background that would laugh at everyone. And I got, like, a science fair project with her in the past. And basically what would happen is... because we had science fair projects together, she would use that as a way to, you know, make fun of me and treat me like shit and all that. But I honestly didn't really care because, you know, why would I? She was just this random girl that treated me like shit. But damn, like when she became a superhero and I learned her identity and she learned mine, she actually like apologized for picking on me. Like she apologized for being a bully, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe she's a good person now. Boy, was I wrong. Like seriously, like that, like jeez. Like I did not, like I really did not think she would turn out to be, like damn, that is, like fuck, okay, my list is a little different.
The more you know, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, my list is someone who, like, basically someone. Jesus Christ. So basically, what ended up happening is on my list. We've got the guy. We've basically okay. So this is actually a guy that you used to know, by the name of the Silver-Tongued Simeon, and he called himself that for. I'm pretty sure you already know this, but he called himself that because he had a way of manipulating people by just speaking to them. Physically, all he had to do was say a few words, and bada bing, bada boom, he could have someone as putty in his hands. He just needed to talk to them, and so. What ends up happening is he ended up using this power one too many times at a bar to get with a few people. So yeah.
Oh, so basically the man was like a walking roofie then.
Pretty much.
Giddy.
Yeah, and it was pretty easy for him to get, anybody to go home with him because of his power. But the thing is, these women did not know that he had the superpower to do this. They really thought they were being charmed by this, well-off individual, by this person who they thought was genuinely really cool. That's what they thought. And when they figured out who he was, they basically reported him to the police instantly and actually called the Celestial Citadel's... sorry. And also called the Celestial Citadel's actual helpline. So he's not just being canceled, but he is actually in the process of being arrested. Hopefully. And the best part about it is that he has to wear a literal mouth guard to keep himself gagged throughout the entire trial. Yeah. Like, he cannot speak the entire time. It is freaking hilarious.
All I can do is just answer yes or no questions.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, honestly, he kind of deserves.
Yeah. Oh, great.
What? You saw another one on your list?
No, I just, fucking, my WinZip trials expired.
Oh. Why not just use, let me think. Why not just use the WinWar?
I think that's the one I used to have. I don't know why that's gone.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, just use it. I mean, sure, they give you the message saying that you need to pay, but you don't have to. You don't have to pay if you don't want to.
Let me see. Where can I download that?
They have like a whole website.
All right, yeah. All right, now I'm downloading that.
Mm.
All right.
All right, so All right, so I've thought of a few. Okay, so here's another person that's gotten canceled. Oh boy. So her name is. Oh boy. Okay, this one is someone we both used to know a while ago. I'm pretty sure you'd recognize her, but she was not a detective, but a vigilante by the name of the Sincade sister. And I'm honestly surprised, and I'm actually genuinely surprised this seriously, she absolutely just straight up put herself in a fucked up situation. So if there's one thing I know about Sacade's sister, remember her husband she used to complain about all the time?
Not really, no. Am I impression?
Okay, so basically she, every time she would work with one of us, I know for a fact that she used to complain about her husband a lot and kept talking about how he never did anything around the house or how he was just a lazy asshole and stuff like that. Literally would say all this ridiculous, ridiculous shit just because, she really did not care under any circumstance, about, about him at all. Like, it was very clear that it was a bad relationship, and she just didn't leave for some reason. Turns out, she's being canceled because she was just an abusive woman. Very abusive. So, yeah. In fact, I think you even told me the story about how when she complained, like, she complained to you, and the thing she was complaining about was something really stupid. Literally, she was complaining about the fact that he didn't like the pumpkin pie that she made one night. In fact, you told me that.
Oh, Dave, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
Long time between these episodes.
Yeah, that is true.
Do you have a playlist for these somewhere?
A playlist for what?
For all these things that we recorded.
Nah, not really a playlist. I should make one.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, getting canceled for being abusive is like one of the dumbest things you could be canceled for, because it's not that difficult to not be abusive.
Mm-hmm. Not being a piece of shit is the bare minimum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What?
Fucking hell. Okay, so you remember Stone Toss?
Stone Toss.
That comic artist who got outed for being a very, 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 very...
Oh, okay. No, yeah, because I haven't heard that name in a while. Whenever somebody refers to that guy's comics, they call him Boulder Throw.
Because someone should throw a boulder at him.
Yep.
Yeah, but turns out he made a really stupid comic. Another really stupid one.
Oh, so it's a day ending in Y then.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
In fact, there are a lot of... in fact, wasn't there a super... Okay, you know what? Let's actually start with... Let's actually stop with, like, the serious crimes. Let's actually go to the less serious things people have been canceled for. There was actually a comic book artist on Twitter who got canceled because he has super speed, and he was able to make really, 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 really fast comics because of his super speed. And the thing is, because of that, people thought that he was more like that he was taking away the value of art or some shit like that. Literally just was not under any circumstance. Like, literally just for not under any circumstance was just acting like an ass. Like, people were treating him like shit because he used his super speed to draw. And everyone thought that was bad because, oh no, you shouldn't use your super speed to draw. You should do it the normal way. And by normal, they just meant, you know, the harder way, which is stupid. Because if he has the ability to draw easier, he should be able to use it. I feel like people were just being assholes to him for no real good reason. You got a few on your list. Go over them real quick, because there are some people who got canceled for stupid reasons.
There's one superhero called the Inviso Bitch. Solely off the name, which is fucking dumb, because I think that name is actually kind of funny.
Really? She got canceled because she called herself the Inviso Bitch.
Yeah. Hey, I thought we were supposed to support women doing it for themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like but the thing is, like, I can't say anything other than like just, yeah, it's funny. Yeah. It's not that I'm calling her that. No. Why do I keep digging myself to a fucking corner?
Yeah. Anyone else?
It's kind of the only less serious one I could find on my list.
Oh, Okay, well, I got a few more here. There was a guy who ended up getting canceled because he didn't want to propose to his girlfriend on a superhero holiday. He wanted to celebrate the superhero holiday instead, and people lighted his ass up on social media. And honestly, I do not get what the hell, like, I don't understand why the hell people had to get mad at him for that. It's weird.
Weird.
Yeah. Like, stay out of people's private lives, goddammit. Then there was the... Oh, I actually think you heard about this one. Remember the guy named Dynasty?
Yeah, I think I remember him.
Yeah, and people straight up hated him because he was emotionally, not neglectful, but he was just like slightly emotionally disconnected from his kids, who all went on to be superheroes. And every time they talked about him, they just said, he just wasn't really emotionally open as much. Like, he would care for our feelings, but we didn't really we never saw him cry, or we never really saw him open up his emotions or anything like that. And people straight up hated him for that for some fucking reason. Like, people treated him like shit. Because he just wasn't, like... Because he was just a very stoic dude. Seriously.
Welcome to the internet. No one knows how to mind their shit.
Exactly. Ugh. Like, seriously. Like, I will never understand why people can't just... not be assholes to people for that. And a similar situation happened where a superheroine by the name of Jade Sapphire ended up getting, like, she ended up basically getting canceled because she, and this is actually really stupid, she ended up getting canceled because she changed her costume to colors that people thought looked bad. Like, they thought the colors of her costume were the colors of a very inappropriate flag, which is not why she chose those colors, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the flag in question, I think, is for, like, the MAP flag, which is just the pedophile flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically... Yeah, people thought, like, she had a similar color scheme, and people thought that she was a pedophile, when she wasn't. She has kids, for fuck's sake. Like, no.
Shit.
Yeah. Ugh. I really am starting to
tell me about WinRAR, though. That's like a good thing.
Yeah, that should help you, especially because you get a lot of zip files.
Yeah, it's the only way I can play games now.
And not even just games either.
I just got Ultimate Alliance 2.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, Carnage is in it in this time because it's like based off the remaster version.
Nice.
I get to play as Carnage.
Which, quick question, how many zip files do you usually end up getting? Because, people always send, like, a bunch of their, not just detective notes, but, like, their crime files as zip files.
I had to, like, buy, like, 3 separate hard drives, like 4 gigabyte hard drives just to store most of them. And even then, I'm on a back order. I need more.
Why not just get a terabyte hard drive for like $50?
See, that would have been a good idea to have. That's not one I had, though.
I don't know why that wasn't your first idea.
Because I'm not that smart. That's why you think I drink.
True. Yeah, like, I'm not even just gonna deny it. Yeah. Alright. Well, this is a bit of a shorter episode than usual. We're gonna have to plan out some stuff. Next time we should have some new guests on, by the way. Like, we should bring in some other people. There are a few heroes
I'll bring on Dixie. I'll see if he's willing to join.
Nice. There are a few heroes that I think might also want to join the Superhero Podcast next time, so hopefully we can bring them all in, and we can have a much, much longer episode. But thank you all so much for listening to this episode of the Superhero Podcast, and us Celestial Citadel heroes will be... Oh, hold on a second, I'm getting a crime alert. Hey, guess who's back?
Back again!
No, seriously, there is a supervillain who's back. Guess who it is. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at the crime alert on your phone. I'll give you a hint.
I'm not looking at the crime alert on my phone.
I'll give you a
Shady.
hint. Okay, I'll give you a hint. He is responsible for stealing the world's largest diamond.
Resell.
Yep, he's out. He's out.
All right, fine. I'm coming with. Where are you at? I'll see you in a bit.
All right, I'm gonna pull up on First Street. First Street in New York. It shouldn't take you that long to get there. Bye, guys.
Bye.